चलिए, let us start. So this is lecture number 2 on software engineering, and with the continuation, I will proceed further. So, what are the different difficulties uh, whenever we will follow a brand of engineering? SE here is the abbreviation for the software engineering. SE is a unique brand of engineering. Okay, so software engineering is a unique brand of engineering. You know properly that there are number of engineering branches, and so far engineering, you are already aware that whenever we are applying some sort of techniques to optimize some condition, and during optimization we will always think and concentrate over the brand, means the quality as well as the cost or the price of the product. So far, again we have some sort of difficulties. We always face some advantages and disadvantages, and the disadvantages comes under the category of the difficulties or the problem which we will follow. So software is a malleable, software construction is human intensive, software is intelligible and generally invisible. Okay, so these are the techniques. Whenever we will apply the engineering techniques to our software engineering, then we will see that we will face some sort of difficulties. Suppose we are going to optimize the conditions which we want to apply to any engineering technique, then we will face or we will do work hard. Okay, and as a result, we will see here that how the software is malleable, how the software construction is human intensive. Okay, it has the interaction with the human. Software is intelligible and generally invisible. You know properly that we cannot see the software. Okay, because every software product we cannot touch, or just like the thing, like the unlike the hardware. Okay, so we apply some techniques, intelligible techniques to the software whenever we are going to develop the software, and as well as we will also see that whatever we are doing or working on a particular software product, then it is a invisible. Okay, but whenever we will write our program and compile all those programs, then we will see the problems, and hand to hand we will remove those errors, or we can say that debug our softwares. Okay, and we will apply some intelligible techniques to get the optimization techniques. So software problems are the unprecedentedly complex. It is, of course, we can say that there are a lot of such type of complex problem which we will face during the implementation of our project, or whenever we are going to develop any software or the big programs for the organization. So whenever we are going to develop any big software, then we will always apply some sort of rules that is passed by the IEEE. Okay, so there are number of rules and regulation, or we can say the protocols which are developed by the IEEE organization. So we have to follow those rules. So we will also apply here whenever we are going to develop any software. Software directly depends upon the hardware. Okay, so whenever we are going to develop any software, so it will depend on the hardware. We always check the what is the requirement of the hardware whenever we are going to develop or install the software. Okay, so accordingly we can install our software over that hardware. So there is again compromise between the hardware and software. Sometimes we change the hardware as per the software, or sometimes we change the software, and it will depend upon the compatibility. Okay, so we again improve or upgrade the hardware. So it is at the top of the system engineering food chain. So this comes under this category of the system engineering. Okay, software solutions require unusual rigor. Software state means behaviors can depend on history. Okay, so there are also some sort of state. We change from one state to another state, and we will study elaborately in some next classes or in next unit. What is the software states and how we will move from one state to another. So it will also depend on various types of behaviors, and it will depend upon the state, at which state we are working. Because whenever we are going to develop our software, so first we will implement the flowchart. You are already aware. First, we will write the algorithm, and then we will design the flowchart, and after that, we will proceed step by step. Okay, so such type of things we will call as the states, and the behavior will change from state one to another state. Okay, initially we have something, we have the flow chart, we have the algorithm, and after that we will move from another state, and that state will depend on the designing procedure. Okay, and we have already discussed, for designing purpose of the software, we will follow a number of models. Okay, so there are number of models. Whenever we are going to develop or we are going to design our software, then we have to follow one of the model, which we will discuss again in some next classes. Okay, like for example, I am telling you one or two examples. One is called the waterfall model. Okay, and another is called the interactive enhancement model. Another is called the spiral model. Okay, and after we will see, during the development we will check which type of model we are following. Okay, so initially we will use the waterfall model, and because this is the simple one, and generally we use the waterfall model. But whenever we are thinking about the optimization techniques, that in which model we will get uh, the better quality of the product as well as the least price of the product. Okay, so then we will follow the other models, and we will compare the design on the behalf of which type of model we are using. Similarly, if we will explain another model, that is called the spiral model, then spiral model one of the best model for the development of the different type of softwares. Okay, so whenever we are going to design a number of big software, then we have to follow the IEEE organization, and as per IEEE organization, we will follow the different type of protocols, and we will choose one of the best model for the development of the software, and we will apply some techniques as per the model we are going to follow. So one of the good model, in which we can say it has a number of good advantages as well as least number of disadvantages. So each and every model have the pros and cons. You are aware by this. Okay. Suppose we are going to use any model, then there are some advantages and there are some disadvantages. So we will check that which model is best. Okay, so a spiral model is one of the best model, in which we will get the better quality as well as the least price of our software. Okay, so in the next lecture, we will also compare. First, I will consider the models in elaborate form, and after that we will also compare which one is better, or we can say best, for the use, for the development of the software. So software has a discontinuous operational nature. Okay, you know properly that whenever we are going to develop any software, then we are not aware by the operational nature. Okay, how will your software work? We are not aware. So this has the discontinuous operational nature. We have to improve that. Sometimes there are number of users which are going to use your software product, and after that they feel some problems. Okay, and they are not so much user friendly with those softwares, and continuously if they are facing a lot of problems, then again they will discuss with the company owner, and they will tell or discuss various problems that we are facing such type of problems with the software. Then there is again need arise to upgrade those softwares, or there is a sort of maintenance work is required. Okay, so we can say that software has discontinuous operational nature, and after the upgradation, then again we will check and use. Okay, the number of users again will check or use those softwares, and they will tell about the software problems, and if it is fit and okay for the dedicated organization, then no problem at all, and they will use. And sometimes there is a need arise to change as per the time, maybe after 1 year or 2 years. So software engineering versus software programming, what is the difference between these two? Okay, this is the basic terminology, and we will use at very starting, because this is the lecture number 2 in software engineering. So these are the basic terminology. Okay, so software programming, in case of the software programming, there is a single developer, toy applications, we know, short lifespan, okay, single or few stakeholders. Now you can see what is the software programming. You are going to develop a particular product, and this is not dedicated for a particular, or we can say a big company, or there are number of companies which the same product will be used by those companies. Not just you are developing a program that is dedicated to a particular organization. So we can say this is the software programming is nothing but the single developer. It is developed by a single programmer, single developer. And toy applications, why these are called the toy application? Because it is your product is not used by worldwide, okay, or not by a number of companies or the organization. Only your program, or we can say the software, is dedicated to a particular shop only, or if uh, it is used by another company, then there is a need arise to enhance or some decrease decrement of the some functions, or we can say the characteristics. Okay, so this is we can say this is called the toy applications. So this is not dedicated worldwide. Short lifespan, this is of course it is a short lifespan, because you are going to change another, you are going to develop another software for the another company. Okay, another software project for new one company, like this and so on. So single or few stakeholders means your product will be used by a single person, means single organization. Okay, so there are only few stakeholders, not your product is used by the at we can say country level, or the we can say district level, or the company level, or worldwide, like unlike the operating system. So there are a number of system, uh, uh, we can say system softwares which are used by the worldwide. Okay, so in this case, this is a single or few stakeholders it is used by. So architect or developer, manager, we can say tester, customer, user. So there is an involvement for the single or few stakeholders, and we can say this is the category for those. Okay, so architect using a particular software for his work, or we can say developer developing a particular we can say software. Manager controlling about the one or two softwares. Tester, like this, testing, a dedicated person, we can say testing engineer, checking this programs whether it is working properly or not. Okay, and giving output for the particular functionalities. Customer, because there are only one or two or few stakeholders, so they are not used by the worldwide. Okay, maybe a single customer, or more than one customer. Okay, and similarly user, maybe single user, or two or three or five user, like this. So one of a kind system, built from scratch, minimal maintenance. So whenever you will develop, the software for a dedicated organization or the company, then there is a need arise for the minimal maintenance. Okay, built from scratch means you are developing for a particular organization, for a dedicated organization. Okay, so Only the persons which are working in that organization or company or the institution can work easily, okay, on that particular project, and they will be aware of why all those functionalities. So build from scratch means very starting. Okay, so they are aware by your software. One of a kind system means dedicated one. You are developing for a particular organization. Now, software engineering teams of developers, software engineering versus software programming. This is the what is the difference between these two? The software engineering teams of developers with multiple roles. Now, software engineering here you can say, and that was the software programming. Here you are developing the program for the softwares, but for a single user or for a particular organization, and there are maybe 10 or 20 or 30 users which are working in that institution can use freely and that software. So that type of software we can say dedicated one for a particular institution or the organization, okay, or the company. But what is the software engineering? Here you can see teams of developers. There was single developer, but in case of the software engineering, that was the software programming. Here you can see software engineering. Here you are applying all the rules and regulation, all the protocols which are developed by the IEEE organization. Okay, so here you will apply all those rules, all those protocols. Now, teams of developers, here there is a need of more number of programmers, more number of developers, because you are going to develop a big software. Means big software, what is this? System softwares, okay, like the operating system, compilers, assemblers, okay, linkers, loaders, like those. Even though nowadays there is no need to say like this linkers and loaders, because all those are coming inbuilt, okay, inbuilt in a single package. Like the if there is a operating system we are using, then such type of small system software, that all are working together inbuilt. So here more number of developers are required, teams of developers with multiple roles. So their roles are different. Complex system, okay. So this is a complex system because here you are going to develop operating system or different type of compilers or such type of system softwares that are working worldwide. Okay, so whenever we are going to develop such type of software, system softwares or big application software, then we will apply software engineering techniques. Okay, why we are going to apply software engineering technique? Because we want to maintain the quality as well as the cost of our product must be less, means it must be cost effective. Okay, indefinite lifespan, main important point. Indefinite lifespan. Earlier you have studied short lifespan. Okay, in case of the software programming, you are going to develop for a particular company, for a particular shop, for a particular organization, but here your software working worldwide. Okay, big application softwares, system softwares. Okay, these are the example for the software engineering. Now you can see here indefinite lifespan means you can use or the users can use as per their choice. Okay, till they wait for the launch of new operating system. Okay, for the launch of new operating system, everybody will wait for the new operating system. Now, as it will launch, then you will start to work on that. So here everybody will wait for the new launch. Okay, so such type of softwares have the indefinite lifespan. Even though currently we can also choose the Windows 2007, 2010. We are of course we are using 2010 here, but earlier Windows you can use earlier Unix, Linux. Everybody is using. Okay, we are not obsoleting those system softwares. We can use together. We can use more than one operating system on a single machine. Okay, we can use the two operating system. We can install the Linux as well as the Windows operating system. And as you will execute the system, then we have the choice. We can choose any one operating system on which we want to work. Okay, so on a single machine, we can install more than one operating system, and accordingly, whatever we like, we can work over that. So such type of things are called the system softwares. So we can use like so indefinite lifespan. These have the property of the complex one. So these are the big softwares. So these are such type of systems are called the complex systems. So numerous stakeholders. Now you can see here there are number of users, number of customers. Here we need more than one, or we can say number of testers, managers, developer, architect. Okay, here you can see. Now you can compare this architect equal to developer equal to manager equal to tester, customer, user. But in this case, you can see here architect not equal developer, not equal manager, not equal tester, or not equal customer, or not equal to user. Okay, so here the company which is going to develop such type of system softwares like the operating system or the compilers or the big application software, then there is a need arise to select choose more number of developers or the managers or the testers or customers. Okay, now this is comes under the category of the system families. Reuse to amortize cost. We can reuse the same softwares. Okay, why? Now you can see here Windows 10. Windows 10, if you will compare with the Windows 7, then Windows 10 have lot of facility, lot of more number of functions added. Okay, so we are going to use the Windows 2007 coding. Okay, and just we are going to upgrade that. It is right that we are going to develop the new operating system, new launching, but we will use the old coding. Okay, and we will come over the problems which we were facing during the use of the Windows 7. Okay, and we will come over those disadvantages, those problems, those difficulties, and we will implement to Windows 10. Okay, so we will use the old coding, and this will reduce the cost of the system software. So this is the technique. Okay, in some products we can use the old one and then we can change the shape and size. Okay, to reduce the cost of that. So next, maintenance accounts for 60 to 80% of overall development cost. Okay, so remember this thing, very important point. Whenever we are going to develop any software and after that to maintain that software, okay, it is very difficult to maintain. So the maintenance cost, 60 to 80% of overall development cost. How you can think that the cost required for the development of a new software, okay, it is not so much high as if we will compare with the maintenance of that particular software. So just there is a need more 20 to 40% only for the development of the new operating system. Okay, but you can think here only just for the maintenance there is a need 60 to 80% of overall development cost. Okay, so here you can concentrate what is the development cost, what is the maintenance cost. Now you can see here economic and management aspects of SE. What is the SE? Software engineering. Okay, economic and management aspects of SE. So software engineering is about improve. Here you can see ROI, be capital and or social factor. Here we can say software production and how we will calculate the cost of software engineering. Now software production, we can say that it is equal to the development plus maintenance. The cost here, development cost plus maintenance cost. Okay, so maintenance cost, you are already aware 60 to 80% of all means the successful development cost. And in this case, you can break those maintenance costs into different one. So 20% corrective. Now there is a type of maintenance. Okay, so 20% corrective, 30% adaptive, 50% perfective. So we are going to divide our maintenance system into three different parts. So first is called the corrective maintenance, second is called the adaptive maintenance, third one is called the perfective maintenance. Now you can compare the cost. 12 to 16% of the total cost here, this comes under the category of the corrective maintenance. Okay, 30% adaptive maintenance, here you can see 18 to 20% of total cost, that comes under category of the adaptive maintenance. 50% perfective maintenance means 30 to 40% of the total cost. Now you can see here quicker development is not always preferable. Suppose we are going to develop any product in a very short span, then it is not fruitful and it is not preferable. Okay, it is nothing. If you are going to develop any software, then it is taking more time, then it is okay, good. But if you will see the another aspect of that, their designing cost or we can say development cost will increase. Okay, if you will develop the product in a long span, then there is a need arise to pay the salary to a number of programmers, okay, and plus other cost. But if you will develop in a very short span, that is in a very quick time, then it is also not advantageous because the maintenance cost of that particular software will increase. Okay, because we are unable to develop the perfect software. So there is a need for the development of product in a optimized time. We can say this. So I have already taken here, just I am just telling you, I am already taking your attendance here. Now you can understand what is the difference for the development of the software in a short span and the long span. So both have the pros and cons. Now we will apply our optimization condition here also. Okay, so whether we will develop any software in a quick time or we can say in a long term or in some midway. Okay, we will compromise both pros and cons and we will develop our software in some optimization condition. So higher up here we can see, now the time is also going to finish here. So higher up front cost may defray downstream cost. Poorly designed or implemented software is a critical cost factor in system cost and delays. Now we have discussed both aspects. Okay, higher upfront cost. Now here the cost is increasing. Okay, if we are developing our product in a long span, we will take more time. Okay, poorly designed, if we are developing our software in a very quick time, then we can say that poorly designed or implemented software. So is a critical cost factor in system cost and delays. Okay. Now you can see here relative cost of fixing software faults. Now in this diagram you can see number 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 10, 30, 200. Even though here we are increasing step by step. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And here it again comes 10, 30, 200. Now you can see below 1, that is the first stair, first box. Okay, requirements. Here you can see at number 1, this is called the requirements. So this is the requirement of your software specification. Now here you will specify. So under this condition, you can check here specification, the specification for the software, then planning. Here again at third step, you will do planning, and at number 4, designing. Now you can see here 10, implementation. So again you can see there is a big difference. Just we are, you know, moving from just 4 to 10. Now implementation will take here more time, means more cost. Okay, integration, then again you can see big difference here. Here just we are going to assemble. Okay, after implementation we will assemble all functions here. We will integrate all those techniques and we will develop finally. Okay, so at this stage we have already developed. Now you can see at this step 200, maintenance, too much difference here. So the maintenance cost due to any type of fault, here you can check. That's why we can say that there is a 60 to 80% here. We can say there is a maintenance cost. Okay, so better we have to develop the new software. Just there is a little bit difference only. Now here you can see the Mythical Man Month by Fred Brooks. So there was one software engineer, or we can say the programmer, or we can say the scientist, who published in 1975, again republished in 1995. And here you can see experience managing development of operating system. At very starting, OS slash 360. It was sort of operating system. Okay. Earlier the name of the operating system is OS slash 360. We have already used earlier at the very earlier stage in 1964 to 65. So this machine was used by the Fred Brooks. Okay. And after that he analyzed some characteristics. Okay. Now you can see central argument, large projects suffer management problems. Now he experienced that large projects suffer management problem. There was no management problem, different in kind than small ones due to division in labor. Okay, so here you can see what type of things we will manage, because we are going to develop our software product. Then there is a need of the labor. Everywhere there is a need of the labor whenever we are going to implement or design any product. Okay, even though we are going to construct any home or house, we can say, okay, then there is a need arise of all type of labors. And the labor may be, here you can differentiate at your management level. Under labor there is a engineer, okay, and other workers of all categories. So this comes under the labor. Okay, here the programmers, software developers, they also come under the category of the labor. Overall it is called the labor. That's why we use the labor laws. So there are a number of labor laws which are implemented by the government. So just here we are going to categorize, he is a professor or reader or like this, or the technician or the programmer or the engineer, junior engineer, assistant engineer, railway section engineer, PWD, JEA. So, but all comes under the category of the labor, and we have to follow the labor laws. Okay, minimum and maximum salary wages. So similarly, here we can implement those all the laws. Critical need is the preservation of the conceptual integrity of the product itself. Now you can see here, we always use some sort of conceptual integrity. Okay, if we are going to develop any product, and finally we implement the software here, in the context of the software engineering. Okay, and finally we can say what is the conclusion. Then conceptual integrity achieved through chief architect. Okay, there is a need of the designer, or here we can say the chief architect. So the conceptual integrity achieved through the chief architect means here the software engineer. Okay, that is called the chief architect here. Implementation achieved through well managed effort. How we will get different type of manage the softwares, then there is a need arise for the particular type of effort. And under the effort, we use the number of programmers, okay, and workload. Software developers are not interchangeable work units. So there are number of software developers, and we cannot interchange their work units. If they are working in the designing section, then they will work. Okay, similarly in the coding section, there are different type of software engineers or the programmers. Similarly, in under the section of the software testing, okay, and also at the end, you can say the marketing division. So we cannot change here the post of the software developers. So they are dedicated for a particular development of the course. So what is the Brooks law? Adding personnel to a late project makes it later. Okay. So this is the Brooks law, which is developed by the preceding conclusions, which we are uh, discussing here. Okay. So the overall law is called the adding personnel to a late project makes it later. Whenever we will do the work, you can say with the long lifespan, then it will develop at the later stage, and a time will come your software may be obsoleted. Okay, so that's why we will work with the optimization techniques. We will apply the optimization techniques, and then the IEEE and we will follow the IEEE organization rules. Okay, now I will take your next class as per your timetable. If any question, please till here. Now the time is going to finish the Zoom class. Thank you very much, and you are welcome for any.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.